everybody. I can't believe it's week 6 already. It's just amazing to me. This has been really great. And I have been talking to quite a few people who have been following along or been coming to the classes. And I'm really excited because we've had a lot of positive results that we've seen so far just in this 6 weeks. So for some people, it has been releasing weight, and for others, it's been energy. For others, it's been a change in clothing size. And overall, I'm seeing more activity, so more energy. And that's a really great thing, especially because we're going to talk about energy quite a bit today. So, first, I just want to welcome you all to be here. I'm really excited to have you, and I'm excited to be doing this final class of our 6 week session. And we'll talk about where do we go after this, towards the end. So let's do a wrap up. How did we do last week? Did you eliminate dairy? Did you notice a difference without it? I usually recommend that you go off the food, as I stated last week, for 30 days, but sometimes after a week you start to notice the difference. For me, I do not tolerate dairy in large doses over a long span of time. And it gives me symptoms of congestion. So I'll get like allergy type symptoms if I eat it a lot. I'll have a stuffy head and a stuffy nose, and if I trace back to what I've been eating, if I've done a lot of dairy. So I can do it in small doses, and I do pretty well. It's a double-edged sword because I love, love, love ice cream, but of course, sugar. I pretty much don't do sugar in my diet. So remember, we talked about habits, and we did pattern interrupts last week, and then also replacing the habit. So the way that I have replaced the habit is I'll take and make my iced coffee, because coffee ice cream is one of my favorites, and then I will fill a container with ice cubes, and I'll put it in my magic bullet and make it into a real thick, kind of an icy type of a thing. This weekend, what I did was I had my vanilla plant protein, which I really love, love, love. And so I made my coffee, and then I did the ice cubes, and I added my vanilla protein to it. And it was like having a coffee frap. So it was really very good. No sugar, because there's no sugar in the plant protein, and I drink my coffee without sugar. So that's how I've replaced my habit of eating ice cream all summer long, because I get a little ridiculous with it otherwise. Sugar for me is something that's very addictive, and so I still do have it on occasion, but it's something I have to be super cautious of, because it's very, very easy for me to get back into a pattern of eating it simply because it's so addictive to me. So it's something that I'm very aware of, and I pick and choose the times that I'm going to have it, and then I have a process that I go through to really work to make sure that I don't then stay in that sugar pattern. And it's an effort every time. It's not something that just, I easily stop eating the sugar again, because that's how addictions work, is they want to pull you back in. And so that is something that's constantly a continuing effort for me as I do this. So that's kind of our habits, and just making sure that we are replacing and they're upgrading the habit, because that way the old habit can just simply go away. It no longer exists, because now we have this new habit that we've upgraded to, and that we've replaced it. If we simply get rid of, then what happens is we feel like we're deprived, right? We feel like we're missing out on something, and then we go to look for that, just like we don't say, lost weight. And well, people do, but I've tried to retrain my mind to think of it as releasing it, right? I'm releasing it out into the universe and giving it to people who really need it. I know quite a few people who could really use an extra 10, 20, 30, 50 pounds. And so I'm happy to be able to release the extra weight that I have, and be able to just donate it to these people so that they can have the extra weight that they need. And so that's how I think about it, rather than if we feel deprived, we feel like we're missing out on something, we've lost something, and now we want to go find it and bring it back. And we don't want to be in that state of deprive or in that state of scarcity. We want to be in the state of abundance. And so we have all that we need, and we have all that we want right here within at our fingertips. Okay, we are going to get started on week 6, and we're going to talk about energy. We're going to talk about fear. We're going to talk about love and the type of energy that brings to us, and then how that affects our health and how that affects our eating, and our nourishment. So we'll be back in just a couple of minutes, and we will get started.